What up, everybody? This is your boy Shiver Speaks, man. And if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also subscribe to my boys, Millaboy Gaming and Heemz Gaming for gaming and live streaming. They do some pretty dope stuff. You may maybe catch your boy up on there, kicking some ass with them someday. Okay, in this episode of Into the Badlands, Season 3, Episode 13, Black Lotus, White Rose, we get the history of my boy Sonny and the history of the Black Lotus somewhat, and its leader, Magnus, and his true intentions. We learned pretty much that Kanan, which is Sonny's sister, was actually kept alive, and in fact, she even said that Magnus actually saved her life. And he actually brought her salvation. Meanwhile, Sonny's like, well, BS. This man is only here to control you. Even we actually heard him say it out his damn mouth. He literally said, as Sonny was being swept away to go get fed by the Black Lotus members, he literally flipped the clock over and says, "You have until this sand runs out to get to unlock his gift. And just remember, after giving her a kiss, you're nothing but a dog to me," or something of that variation. And so for Sonny, his eyes are wide open. He already knows the truth. Like, look, this guy doesn't fucking love you. He's just here to control you. You're just his damn dog and puppet. Now, mind you, Baji is resurrected by Ankara, using the very last ounces of her power to save Baji's life. In fact, when Baji actually risen from the dead, he said, "What the hell did you do that for?" Like, Baji was on the critical list of dying. You saw it in his eyes. His soul was getting ready to depart from his body and go on to the next phase. But Ankara ended up saving his life because she knew that Baji, was a necessity to help get rid of Pilgrim. And when she said, "Look, you were always my favorite. Don't tell anybody," laughing. And we saw Baji more a person that he really cared deeply for. And so as this episode carried on, Kanan actually unlocked Sonny's memories and showed him, okay, this is where you grew up. This is how you lived. We saw a young Sonny and a young Pilgrim that we all know now is Torin training, and Sonny actually beat Pilgrim. And Kanan was like, "Wait, why are you so hard on it?" And then she got him ready for, the ceremony, which is where Sonny was gifted, and Pilgrim were both gifted the talisman of Azra, because Azra was actually a real place. In fact, Sonny was actually taken, and Sonny was taken. I'm sorry, excuse me. Sonny was actually taken and living on Azra. His father actually was a great warrior as well. We saw his father for the first time ever as well. And there was a small civilization of all these people in this community living in Azra. That is until, Sonny's father catches Magnus and his group, the very first Black Lotus. Now, Sonny's father didn't know who the hell they were. He said, "How the hell did you guys get past our defenses?" And so, he kills two of Magnus's people right in front of him. He doesn't phase Magnus. But for young Sonny, as Kanan put it, this was the day that your innocence was taken away. Sonny saw two men get killed right in front of him. Very, 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 very bad stuff. And even his father, justified and said, "Listen, son, killing is a part of life. You're destined to be a killer." So that lets me know Sonny actually has a huge heart. He really was not, bred for killing. He really didn't want to kill. We even saw that when Magnus was actually his prisoner. His father even told him, "Look, you have until, this clock of sand runs out to confess, or you will die by my son's hand." And Sonny whipped out his damn sword. He was getting ready to kill Magnus, but he actually freed Magnus. And then I guess Magnus ended up actually killing his father because, Sonny was actually knocked out. Magnus pushed, Sonny into like this brick wall that was half broken, and he hit his head. And I guess Sonny never regained those memories after that. And we even see throughout the episode, as I'm going to say next, we actually found out that the master's true name, her name is Ada. And in her passing, she showed Minerva where she grew up and how she unlocked her gift. And she realized and acknowledged, the hypocrisy that she was showing her own students. Here she was thinking that keeping these students, these kids, up on a mountain in a temple was actually safe for them, but only keeping them a prisoner. She acknowledged her hypocrisy of doing so, and then even showed us a little bit more of how she actually came into her gift. She was with her brothers, picking fruit or whatnot. All of a sudden, she gets cut, and her gift turns on, and she ends up killing her brother. And her parents looked at her horrifyingly, and that's how she knew. And not even just that, but then Baji actually saves Sonny, but in doing so, Sonny tries to get his sister Kanan to come with him. At the first shot, he says, "Look, look. You can come. You don't have to live like this anymore. I need you. My Henry needs you. This world needs you. You don't have to be under Magnus's control anymore." And Magnus, being all high and mighty, says, "Really? That's not going to work. Your sister's under my damn control. I own her, pretty much." And so we see pretty much in Sonny just chained up in the very chains that Kanan was chained up in, where he actually, where I believe Magnus actually bragged about forcing himself in Kanan into his bed. So basically, if you guys don't know what that means, he sexually assaulted her. And actually, it was when Kanan actually unlocked her gift that she actually put her finger to Sonny's temple again, and actually showed him the memory that of what she'd gone through with being with Magnus, and that was when she freed Sonny. And not to mention, Baji was bounded up too. In fact, he had a bit of a wisecrack to say about that. He said, "Yeah, I'm back from the dead. Oh yeah, by the way, I appreciate you for giving me heartburn because Baji was getting ready to actually not mutilate, but actually decapitate Magnus right there, and I was waiting for him to do that, but I know they're gonna save him for like a final finale, and I really look forward to it. But we also see, Ada, aka the Master, choose Minerva as her successor, and so the Master tells Minerva to just burn the damn temple down to the ground, along with the teachings the scrolls that were written down and things of that nature. Not to mention Gaius and Tilda went to Baron Child's former fortress, showed her cogs that she is now dead, and pretty much just made a peace treaty with him. They now see Gaius as their buried, I guess. And then also, Gaius has a bit of an open dialogue with Minerva before he goes off to Baron Child's fortress and says, "Looks like Tilda could use a daughter." And even Tilda actually affirmed, the widow's and Gaius's relationship. He said, "Look," she's like, I just need to know that you're serious. Because if you break her heart, I'll rip yours out. I'll cut yours out." And Gaius kind of smiled and chuckled. Which is that lets you know that, it's real. So I look forward to next week's episode, man, to see what happens, man. And again, I'm sad to see this series go because I really enjoyed it. But I look forward to seeing how this all goes down. Not to mention, Pilgrim, he finally restored his strength, I guess, by giving the gift to all the other wicked ones. But wicked ones, the ones that, were risen out of that nightmare, as Pilgrim put it. And even, before the Master was killed, she said, "You're literally, killing yourself for this damn power. And you're only misguiding some lost children." And she's right, because that's all Pilgrim actually is. He became, again, Pilgrim has become so consumed by power, by this gift, that he just, these kids don't even realize it. And I hope MK wakes the fuck up and realizes that, oh shit, she was right. And I think something tells me that MK is gonna kind of regret his actions by standing by Pilgrim, because before, as the Master was dying, Pilgrim told MK very weakly, "You are now my one and only true son. You will forever stand by me," which now makes MK obligated to stand by Pilgrim. But then again, MK made his bed and now he's laying in it. But something tells me MK is not gonna go down with Pilgrim, and at least I hope not. I really don't. I really enjoyed his character being the good guy so far, and he plays a pretty good bad guy too, or I should just say neutral anti-hero guy too. So I look forward to seeing what happens, man. This has been your boy Sherry Speaks. Peace and love.